get this show started!
Mark Hunt is standing by Francis Ngannou as the heavyweight champion in a contract dispute with the UFC. On Monday, it was reported that Ngannou only made $600,000 for his UFC 270 fight with Ciryl Gane, which Ngannou later confirmed. This while adding that he would never fight again on that current deal. Mark Hunt, who also had contract disputes with the UFC, recently offered the champ some advice. The Super Samoan suggested he made $950,000 5 years ago, so Ngannou, as the UFC champ, should be asking for far more than that. Here's what he wrote on his social media. And now, they will put Francis at the back of the bus and turn on him like they do every other fighter that speaks up. I hope he doesn't sign again until they pay him his dues. He was getting ripped off royally like every other fighter in that company. World heavyweight champion getting $500,000 to $600,000 US. My last fight with this company 5 to 6 years ago, I got $950,000 and I never had the belt 5 years ago. And the reason I was getting that was because I always spoke up and told them they need to pay, they are not your friends, and you don't need brown-nosing management to rip you off. Get what you're worth, Francis Ngannou. Don't live on your knees. You're a fighter in and out of the octagon. When you're the heavyweight champion of the world, no should not be in your vocab anymore. I guess it must be just the UFC heavyweight title worthless and unworthy of your time and blood. During a recent appearance on the MMA Hour, Francis Ngannou revealed that the UFC threatened to sue him just moments before his UFC 270 fight with Ciryl Gane for having talks with Jake Paul's boxing promoter, Nicksick. Speaking to RJ Clifford and Anthony Smith on SiriusXM Fight Nation 156, Ngannou's coach Eric Nicksick discussed the environment of the locker room after receiving news that the UFC is threatening to sue. He also talked about what's next for Francis in terms of surgery and contract status. Here's the clip.
I got to talk to Randy about some of his experiences with the UFC and some of his experiences during his title run. And it was almost
Randy
like it was
Couture,
meant,
right?
Randy Couture, yeah. And it was almost like it was meant to be. Like some of the information that he shared with me really resonated, but it also showed me that like the fighter's mindset, that it didn't matter. Like he told me some personal stories about before he fought Gabe Gonzaga, what he was going through. And it was right before he had to walk down to go to the MGM Grand to go check in for a fight. And Jay Haran told me the story once too. And he was just like, Randy just sat there like, I don't care. I'm going to go fight this monster. And I kind of got that same idea and same energy from Francis. It was just like, hey, I didn't want to add more because, Anthony, how like we feed off each other, coaches and corners. So I was like, bro, I'm just going to be a serial killer. Nothing's going to affect me at all. My mind, my focus is going to stay the same. So I hope that energy also exudes onto my fighter. And he didn't show one bit of concern. I felt like that information was getting leaked out for a purpose, to try to ruffle the feathers. I think it's important to try to sit down with the UFC, man, and mend some fences, just talk, me, bro, like I'm not really the confrontational type, but I want to try to help mediate and help mend some of this stuff. I understand that they're a business and yet so are we. And there's some sticking points there that Francis is fighting for. And I think those sticking points are honorable, man. He wants to see fighters get health insurance. If we're classified as independent contractors, why are we treated as employees? So there's some things that I think he just wants to try to help, not only for himself, but the rest of the UFC roster and future fighters to come.
According to ESPN's Brett Okamoto, Vicente Luque and Belal Muhammad will headline a fight night card on April 16th, which serves as a crucial fight for the welterweight division. The two first met in 2016 when Luque defeated Muhammad by knockout, and will now be fighting again 5.5 years later. The Brazilian fighter is riding a 4-fight winning streak and is coming off a first-round submission victory over Michael Chiesa at UFC 265. As for Muhammad, he is on a 7-fight unbeaten streak and coming off a lopsided decision win over Stephen Thompson in December. Prior to that, he beat Damian Maia by decision after fighting Leon Edwards to a no contest due to an eye poke. In anticipation of his next fight, Khamzat Chimaev has flown to Thailand to up his arsenal. The fighter is training in one of the most reputed gyms in the world, Tiger Muay Thai. Here are some clips from training. Over Christmas, Jon Jones and Dan Hooker had a back and forth after the Hangman took a dig at Jones for his comments pertaining to Chael Sonnen's battery citations. Jones then fired back at Hooker, and the pair continued to trade barbs. Now, in a recent interview with the All-Star, Hooker opened up on his beef with Jones. Do I have kind of a malice or ill will towards Jon Jones? Definitely not. I don't care. I don't spend any time thinking about Jon Jones. I couldn't care any less about Jon Jones. Would we ever fight? No, the fight would never make sense. Would I fight him in a car park? If he had a problem with me, of course, I would oblige. I would never insult someone and not give them the opportunity to punch me in the face. Hooker also explained how Jones's initial comments on Sonnen prompted him to chime in. There's a definite blurred line. To me, defending your wife from people insulting her is one of the most honorable things you could possibly do. To put hands on your wife is one of the most terrible things. This is my opinion and view on the topic. There's only two arguments when it comes to that. People that think it's not okay to physically abuse your spouse, and the other side where people think it's okay if you're really good at a sport. Those people, excuse my French, those people are f***ing idiots. Here are the top 3 memes you guys posted on MMAmemes.com. In third place is a meme posted by user Dana White. Second place goes to MMA Guy. And the number 1 voted meme was posted by a user named MST. If you want your meme to be included in our next video, go to MMAmemes.com and create your own meme. The top 3 memes will be placed at the end of our video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.